everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio and welcome to February. So before I get going on today's cute little card, which is a preview of Card Club, let me tell you about everything that's happening. Well, not everything that's happening in February because I have my February classes planned out, and part of the reason I've not been posting ahead is because of supply issues, and of course my February class was severely affected by a supply issue, so we'll get to that. But first off, let's do a couple of things that are happening in February. So for one, you may have caught the video where I used the new natural tone blends. So there is a new suite, and you'll see a video with this come up shortly. Here Together, I think this suite's called All Together. All the information will be in my email, and then once I do this video, complete information will be on this blog post. So there is a new set of 10 natural tone blends. This is not all of them, but if you go to the video that has the Vikings, you can see them all. I am going to use them on today's card. If you don't have to buy the suite from me, just the 10 blends. If you buy those from me, then I'll have a little registration thing for a free tutorial. So I'm going to do an online tutorial. It will be up the beginning of March. So I'll film it this month, but then it will be up and available at the beginning of March. And then in early March, I'll give you time to get them. Everybody who gets the blends from me will have a Zoom time together. That way you'll have a little chance to use them, to kind of play with them, and then we'll have a Q&A time together. And I'll have a morning and an evening slot, so that way no matter what coast you're on, we'll make it work for you. So that's the Here Together suite. I am going to use these on today's project. Then every month I do a free gift with purchase. So if you buy these, remember celebrations in February as well. So if you buy these, you'll get a celebration thing. You'll also get my free gift with purchase. So I don't have the one thing to show you. If you spend $40, you'll want to spend $50, because at $50, Stampin' Up's going to give you a free celebration thing. But if you spend $40 with me, and that's on merchandise, it doesn't count shipping and handling, I'm going to give you the free Abstract Beauty little pack here. So super cute. I have one on the way. It's not here. I think I may have one here and I just can't find it because it's flat. But spend $40, that is your free gift with purchase with me. When you spend $50, you get the free thing from Stampin' Up, and you get the supplies to make my VIP video project. Those are mailed to you with your thank you gifts at the beginning of March. Usually around the 10th is when I get those out. I try to go a little earlier. It depends on when I get all this stuff. So $40, the Abstract Beauty pack, $50 celebration from Stampin' Up, and the VIP video from me. Then at $150, you'll also get a spool of the white frayed ribbon, as well as those other two things. And at that point, Stampin' Up would be giving you 3 celebration things, or one of the 100s and one of the 50s. And then at $200, you get supplies for both of my VIP video projects. If you spend $5 from me, then you get the VIP videos. $50, you get to see both the projects, and then at $200, you get the supplies to follow along and make both the projects. So those are my thank you gifts this month. So then let's do Card Club. So I do want to tell you that March Card Club, so here's a way preview, will be Oceanfront. Because some of you have asked if I'm going to use this. We will use it, and we'll use it in March. I wanted to do one that was a little bit springier this month. So this month is a little bit springier, but this will be your March add-on Card Club. March, not now. But I've had people ask if we were going to use that one. So for this month, we're going to focus on the paper in the Abstract Beauty. It's super, super cute. So if you are in Card Club, let me take a second, if you're not in Card Club, to tell you what it is, because it's super fun. My most inexpensive way to stamp with me. So for $38 a month, you hit my little subscription thing. You sign up with PayPal. It's all through PayPal subscription, so I don't do any of the billing. They just automatically bill you. So you sign up to get in on this month. So you have to be in by the 10th. So it's the 10th of every month. But once you've signed up, you just sign up. You give PayPal your information. You do not have to have a PayPal account, because PayPal's I think it's the safest way to pay online. So all of your transactions, both of us are covered. I can ship from PayPal. Super, super safe way to deal with things online. So $38, and then whatever day you pay, then next month it just rebills you that day. So you can go in and pause it if you're like going on vacation and you're going to be out for a while. But if you stay in for 6 months continuous, then on your 7th month, you get a super fun loyalty gift. It's valued at least $25. And then every month here's what you get. You get one packet of embellishments, one spool of ribbon, and then some kind of paper. I'm going to show you the paper for this month. Then you get to add on the stamp set of the month if you want at catalog cost. So the catalog cost is just whatever. So this month it's $17. So I pick up your shipping, your handling, your tax, and you just pay $17. And then you get the supplies to make 6 projects with me. We do 3, and then we do 2 of each. And then you get 6 envelopes. So I'm going to show you, they always get to see the first month's projects. So the first one, everybody gets to see, and this will be the first one that they have stuff for. So they'll get the supplies to make 2 of them. And then after the 10th, when they get their packages mailed to them, they'll have the supplies to make that twice, and then 2 other cards twice. And then I do alternate projects. So you will get to see, I have 2 alternate projects that I'm filming right after this. So those will post to give you some ideas what else you could do with this. This time I'm actually going to flip it a little bit and use some of what they got last month and mix it with this month's on one of the alternates. So we'll have a straight up alternate, and then we'll have a mix and match alternate, which I'm really looking forward to that one. And then about every other month, every 3rd month, it's going to fall like in between that time, we Zoom together. So that's super fun because I get to see their faces, they get to see me, they can ask questions, and it's time for more alternate projects. So I save the kits that I mail them. So it's stuff that I know you have as part of Card Club, and then you can stamp with me and we'll make some alternate projects. $38, that's it, a month. That includes your shipping, that includes all of your embellishments, your ribbon, your card supplies, your envelopes, all of that. Then you add on the stamp set if you want to. So for this month, you get the package of brushed brass butterflies. Hard to say. Those are $10, so this is a really fun embellishment. Then you are getting the jade and gold ribbon, one of my favorite ribbons. This is in the annual catalog. And then you're getting a half package of this new 4x6 paper Abstract Beauty. Super, super fun. So one side all has this gold. Every side has some gold in it. A lot of fun. And then on the flip side, you have some coordinating pieces that you can use. So super, super cute little pack of paper and a fun size to work with. So 4x6. So you get a half package of that. Now, if you purchased anything from me in January, the free gift with purchase was these hexagons. So you will be getting those, and they match this if you got anything from me last month when I mailed January's gifts. So then our stamp set this month is Friends of the Forest, and I wanted to use this because then it's very springy, very happy. It will go perfect with the paper, and Card Club never uses dies, so you do not have to have a cut and emboss machine or any kind of die cut machine. This does match with some punches. This, if you got the deer punch at Christmas, it matches. It goes well with the cloud punch. So this is your add-on set. Now if you add on this and the cards and envelopes that go with, because these are all different, every one's different, every envelope is different. So you have this. And the idea is you can take these cards and envelopes, and then you have your papers, and you can trim those down and lay those on. So if you add on both the cards and envelopes at catalog price and this, then they're going to get a celebration choice because that bumps them up, and they're going to get Catching Butterflies because it still goes all perfect. So, so cute. And the fun thing about this, one of the alternate projects will definitely be with the set that comes with. But the set that comes with doesn't really have anything to do with this. So we're going to do it, but wait till you see the alternate projects, because I'm going to do something alternate with them that doesn't go with either of them. So that is Card Club for February. So if you're in Card Club, you will get the email with your links for the add-ons. So let's do your first project. So this is the first project that we will do together. So they'll already know what they're going to do. I'm going to use Friends of the Forest. I am going to use the new blends. So we will obviously, this is a coloring set. So Card Club for February, you'll need a memento pad and then ways to color. I'm going to use blends. You can color them with watercolor pencils. You can color them with a blender pen and your stamp pads. You can color them with a Wink of Stella and your stamp pads. I'm using blends, but you can color them however you choose to. So if you're in Card Club, you get a stack of supplies. This would be you would get 2 for this card. And then you use the paper that comes with. So your thing would look like this, plus you would have the envelopes. So this is for this one. So we have polished pink And then I would have punched out 2 of these because you would make 2. And then these would be run through the I can't talk, the die cut machine. It's a scallop circle. And then you have this. So let's make our card. So we have these little pieces. Let's get our black pad. So here's this, the little bunny that comes in this is as sweet as can be. She is so sweet. Like when I did this card for, I already have 100 ideas for this stamp set, so it'll be really easy to come up with 2 more. And then I often do an alternate with the stamp set that doesn't include the paper. So you can see an alternate with the stamp set too. So be watching for this to pop up someplace else again. So here's the little flowers. I'm gonna do them 3 times across. Then I can get 1 more flower there. And I did miss that little tip there, but that's okay. We can color that on. And then there's a little tree stump. I'm just using the excess because there's no reason to throw out scrap paper when you just need tiny little pieces, right? This cute little bird. I mean, you can use this for all kinds of cards, for children's birthdays, for bridal showers, for Easter cards. But I can't imagine that there are very many 6-year-old little granddaughters or daughters or nieces that wouldn't love to get a card made with this set. And then here's the little fox. Now I haven't used any of the words, and I did not use the deer. And I didn't use the tree. There's a really cute tree. I tried originally to get the tree on here. See, it's on the block, but it didn't fit on that. Well, it did. It took up the whole entire thing, and I'm like, well, that's too much. So for the first piece of paper, because when you get a half a pack, then you'll get 2 of each design. So for the first time I used this time I'm going to use this piece of paper, but the colors are all the same. So I have pulled out the colors that are in the paper of my blends. So let's start with the jade. So there's a dark and a light jade. So I'm going to go dark jade with the bullet tip and just get right in these leaves. This is like super fast coloring. And you could easily do this with the watercolor pencils or with a stamp pad. If you did it straight up with markers, you could do the flowers. These would be a little bit hard to do straight up with the markers. The Stampin' Write markers don't just straight color. So now I'm just taking the light and just kind of coloring over that grass. And then this is magenta, and this is the dark one. So this I think is probably more polished pink, but this will work. The magenta was on the other piece. See where I missed that? We'll just add the little tip and nobody's the wiser. And then we have our little mushrooms. And so you can see here, we don't have, this is, I think it's crushed curry. We don't have very many yellow blends. It must be a hard color to get in blend. So I'm just gonna go with daffodil, which will be close enough. I'll get these little mushrooms. Super, super cute. I'm gonna leave my flowers white. I want the card to be kind of bright, and this one's already starting now with this darker paper. And then I have, oops, brushed it. I have pumpkin pie, which is that color, and I'm just gonna add the little dot. So there's the bottom. Let's get our little bird while we've got the pumpkin pie. Let's get her tiny little feet and her little beak. Let's go back to our daffodil. So this is the dark. Just give one little smudge of that in there. And then let's fill it in with the light. Okay, now let's move to some of our new blends. I'm gonna mix them a little bit with some of our other colors, but this will get you again to see them. So what I did, because they don't have dark and light, they're not in, I just showed you the dark and light daffodil and the dark and light jade. So that's not how these come. These come in numbers. So 100 to 1000, and then they get, you can see, progressively lighter as they go. Now I want this card to be a little bit brighter, so I don't have any of these dark colors in it. I just went all down here on this part of the spectrum. So the fun thing is this card does have Blushing Bride in it. We do not have a Blushing Bride blend, but when you look at the 1000, look, it's Blushing Bride. So you can, we now kind of have a Blushing Bride blend, because Blushing Bride has kind of been a stand-in for skin tone when we didn't have it. So I'm just gonna give a little bit of Blushing Bride, or this is the 1000 in her little ear tips there, and then in his little ears. And then to keep this kind of light, I'm just gonna, where his little specks are. And then let's go darker. So let's go with the 300, which is the darkest that I have here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of dark where I want a little bit of shadows. And then down here, the same on the stump. And then let's go 400, because when you use this little chart, do I have 400? Maybe I didn't use it. That's my pumpkin pie. 500 would be the next darkest I went to. And that was on the stump as well. Open the right end of your blends, Sherry. Now this doesn't have a die cut, so we're gonna have to hand cut these out. And now we have a little bit of 600. Which is fun because it kind of has a red tinge to it. So we'll have a little red fox. I don't know if your area of the country, I know those of us in the Midwest are bracing for quite a storm. So, and you know, it's not so much, it's as always, if you live in this part of the country, it's not the snow, it's the ice. So we are actually supposed to go to a Pacer game right as the storm is making its heyday, which is fun. So this is 700. I'll leave a little bit of white right in the middles. So again, they stay light and bright. And then for our little rabbit, anytime you have a white something, you can leave it. I like to take just a smudge of light smoky slate. So you can see I just added a tiny, tiny bit. And then I'm gonna take my color lifter. Now you don't wanna do a ton of this because you don't want it to bleed. But if you just go over that kind of in the middle of your area, and it just gets a little bit of shadow, and it doesn't look like you colored everything else and didn't color this one. But I told you that about the storm in case we do lose electricity. Hoping not. Nobody ever wants to go without electricity, especially when the high Fahrenheit, for y'all watching in the South Pacific, the high on Friday, I think, is supposed to be like 4 below 0 Fahrenheit. So I'm going to trim these out and then I will come back. So I've trimmed those out. So then I have taken, this comes 4 by 6. So I just trimmed this piece down to be 4 by 5 1/4, which is standard size for the front of a card. This is polished pink. Look how cute this is. So bright and springy. Of course, you could flip it over and that's a cute piece too. Now, I've done 2 cards so far, so I have these 2 little strips. I will tell you, if you're in Card Club, save all your little strips as we go through the class, because one of these is gonna make its alternate when we Zoom together. So put these in a safe place, either back in your card packet for the month or in your stamp case if you get Friends of the Forest. So I'm gonna take this, I'll put this on here. Isn't that not happy? Happy, happy? I'm gonna just put this right in the middle. I love that these pieces of paper all have gold accents. And that is why I chose the jade and gold ribbon. So I put that on there. And look at that. Is that just not... I was afraid after I did the other one, I'm like, oh, because I didn't want to use both pieces of paper. Because I wanted to have the option to show you what they look like, but I was afraid, oh, there's no way another design could be as cute as this one, but this is pretty cute. So So just have this here. I'm going to tie a bow. I'm going to go a little bit higher on this one. My other one, the bow is a touch towards the flowers. So just make sure that goes frontwards. Hold your finger there so when you tie your knot, it keeps it flat. Now we're tying it around paper. So you want it snug, but you don't want your paper to, like, you don't want it to bend your paper. So now if we put it on here, it will hold that in place. Make sure we go through the middle. Pop that on there, and now I'm going to tie my bow. But this, now it's held better than slipping around on the card. It's always great that Card Club people have a whole spool of ribbon and all those embellishments, because you have then plenty to do your 6 cards, and then you have enough that you can keep creating afterwards with your stamp set and all of the things that you get. You can also add on an adhesive pack, and that packet of my favorite adhesives that ship to you with your club. It does have to go with your club. You can add it when you do an online class with me too, and it I again pick up the shipping and the tax, and to add that bundle on, there's a link for that when you sign up for a class or a club. So just trim that. You could almost just leave this because that's super cute. I'm just gonna pull that tight. Now if it's covering up anything, like these could be a little bit shorter, or you could take a little bit of adhesive if you want so your fox isn't getting covered up, but he's pretty good. So I'm gonna take some dimensionals. Get my log. I'll add the log here, just up so it's not covering up all of my background, but so it's part of the little forest scene. Let me get my little chickadee. Just gonna stick her right on the back of your adhesive and then pull, and that's gonna get enough that she has adhesive. And then again, we'll get one for our rabbit. Stick her down here. And then you also would have gotten this fun cloud that I would have punched out. And it is in gold foil, which will match the gold foil here. So you get 2 of them, so you would be able to put them one on each card. Just lift that up. Add that back there. And then of course you have your whole package of brass butterflies. So let's add those. I'm going to add 2 big ones. So I'm going to put one of my big ones here, which is really fun, on the gold. And then I'm going to put another big one. Let's do it this direction. These are not where I have them on my other card, just because the whole ribbon has gone a little bit different. And then one of my little ones. Now a tip with the brass butterflies, once they're on, just go back and push them on, because they have substantial weight to them, which you will see when you get them in club. And this just makes sure that that glue dot smashed down there. Super cute, is it not so sweet? Now here it is on the other paper. And then in a day or 2, I will have the video up, this exact thing, but alternate. And I'm gonna do 2 alternates. And then one of them will be straight up this alternate, and one of them I'm going to use your embellishments and your ribbon that you got in this month's thing. So if you're interested in joining Card Club, super fun. There's a ton of people in it. It's like I said, it's my most inexpensive online class because it's easier for me because I'm not cutting ribbon and embellishments in all of the paper. And you only get 3 projects, but you get 6 cards, so that's fun. So I'm able to keep the cost down a little bit, and then I use the host dollars to get all of your free envelopes every time. So if you're interested, click the link underneath this video or join my email list, because every month then there's a reminder, and then Club Girls you'll get your email with the link for this probably on Wednesday. Everybody have a great one. Bye.